Hey guys, so with Civil War coming out, I thought it was only fair that I devote an episode to Captain America like I did with Tony Stark last time. Now, although Tony is one of my favorite characters, Captain America, or Steve Rogers, holds a special place in my heart too.
And if you don't believe her, take a look at her memorabilia.
Not important! What is important is analyzing why we love Steve as much as we do. I mean, besides the fact that he's drop dead gorgeous.
I won't deny that.
I mean, even as a shrimp, he's adorable. He just hits that part of you that just makes you want to hug and protect him. And the great thing is, he still has that even after the serum. Not so much in how he looks, because he can definitely take care of himself, but in how he carries himself. The guy's been through so much that you still want to hug and cuddle him like a puppy that's been out in the rain. You just want to hug him and tell him that everything's okay.
Get a hold of yourself, woman.
Sorry, Protectiveness took over, as usual. But I do think that's a big part of Steve's appeal. While he's more than capable of taking care of himself, there's still a huge part of him that needs people like Bucky, Sam, or you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And of course, another reason why I love Steve so much is the way that Chris Evans has portrayed him. Here's a character who could easily be played over the top and cheesy, like his old USO promotion. Right, so the USO... Do you need a minute?
Yes. No, I'm alright.
Good to know I can make at least one person laugh. The point is that he plays Steve as an ordinary guy, not overly proud or patriotic, but humble and honest. He does a great job at playing Steve as a person first and a superhero second.
I'd like to think that's how Steve thinks of himself as well.
Yeah. And what I like best about Steve is how relevant he still is.
Despite being the man out of time.
Because he is the man out of time. What really struck me about Steve is his struggle to make his way in the world after World War II.
He wasn't the only one.
True, as we see on Agent Carter, you especially had it rough establishing yourself after the war. But that's not what I'm talking about.
Then get to the bloody point!
I am! Sheesh! What I'm really trying to say is that Steve is the quintessential soldier come back from war. Now, I've never experienced war, thank God, so I can't directly speak to the experiences of the brave soldiers who come home from overseas. But the struggle to find where one fits in the world after the military is very real for a lot of people. The world as they know it has changed. Their relationships to family and friends have changed. And they themselves have changed. The things they wanted before serving in the military are not necessarily the same things they want after.
But we don't really know what Steve wanted before the war.
True, and that's one thing that bugs me. Age of Ultron does a good job at reflecting Steve's fear of, now what? And Steve does say that the person who wanted a normal life went down in the Arctic. But I feel like the changes that we see in Steve reflect the 70-year time gap rather than his war experiences. We only see Steve during and after the war, not before it.
Fair enough. I only knew Steve during the war.
Right, and until the Avengers, so did the audience. Either way, I think that Steve's questions about where he fits in and outside of the military make him pretty relatable.
Even as America's golden boy?
Well, yeah. But that is one thing that bothers me about Steve. The fact that he's perfect. That he is a Boy Scout, as Natasha so eloquently put it in my last video.
I don't really see the problem.
Well, of course you don't. You like the guy.
I did hold him in high regard.
I know. It's okay to admit it.
Don't you have a video to do?
Right, sorry. What I'm saying is that as someone who appreciates well-rounded characters, Steve is too perfect for me. He doesn't really have any outstanding flaws that we see in the films.
But that made him perfect for the serum.
Perfect for the serum, yes, but nobody's that perfect. The only problem with Steve that I can think of is his stubbornness, and that never works against him because he's always right. It drives me crazy when characters are always right.
Then why do you like me?
Oh, I'm not saying Steve is the only one. You're never wrong either.
I specifically said that I've been wrong before in a recent episode.
Yeah, but we've never seen it. That's the point. If we don't see it, it doesn't count for as much. Just like Steve's supposed dark side. I feel like Steve's response that Tony hasn't seen it yet is not good enough. As relatable as Steve is, he is just too perfect to be a real character yet.
Right. How would you like your jaw to be fixed?
Whoa, hold on there, Peg. I'm not siding with anyone right now. I'm just saying, I want to see that dark side.
Jeez!
Look, what I'm saying is that come Civil War, I want to see Steve make mistakes. I want to see him struggle with his decisions and their consequences. And I do think that Civil War will do that. We've already seen Tony's weaker moments. But to be truly fair, we should see Steve's too. Nobody is perfect, and if Marvel wants to take Steve from being a good character to a great character, it will show Steve's imperfections too.
I don't know if the audience will want to see those.
Maybe not. Maybe I'm the only one. I guess we'll find out in May.
So, about your jaw again.
Oh no, not the face, not the face!